Hello, ladies, and everyone I don't care about. SuperFullGoku back to you again with another deck profile. Today, it's going to be an update on my Madolche. I finally completed the deck. The deck I've been running the longest. The deck I've been trying to get to a position where I'm like, yeah, you're good there. Stay like that. Anyway, so let me go through it. It's if you've seen any other Madolche decks, it's not all that different, but I mean, I do run it differently than some other people, but it's a way that I like to run it. So let's start off with, priorities. The three Madolches, your Searcher, your Stratos, the good things. The card that you really want to draw in first turn, just so you can, you normal summon her, you add a Madolche card from your, or rather, Madolche monster from your deck to your hand, and you can set up yourself. 19 with the field spell, 14 already, but, it's whatever. Next, the three Angelis. The beautifully named it is. You tribute it to special summon a Madolche out of your deck, so that's kind of amazing. So what I do with that is I normally use the Angeli to tribute and go for a Hoot Cake. Now I have a monster in my graveyard. I can just banish it with Hoot Cake and do whatever I want. So, I mean, it's just like it's a good, 1 for 2. It's beautiful that way. So, I mean, yeah, Hoot Cake's effect, you banish any monster out of your graveyard, doesn't really matter what it is. Just special summon another Madolche out of your deck. So, beautifulness. Then the three Mufiles. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon a Madolche monster out of your hand, regardless of level, for those who run Pudding Sis. I don't know why you would. But, so 3 of those, because, I mean, I know a lot of people don't run 3, but I just can't see why. Then, of course, the 3... Yeah, it is cute. And the 3 Messenger Lottos. The beater of the deck, I would assume, other than the Eggsy. When this card is special summoned, while you have a beast-type Madolche in the field, you can add from your deck to your hand a Madolche Spell Trap card. So you can take it, or your field spell, whatever, all the good things. Then for the only non-Madolche monsters in the deck, the 2 Effect Valors, it's needed, especially in this format. The 1 Card Car, and the 1 Wimbo Karibo. A very simple monster lineup. There's only 19 monsters, but it works very well. I mean, it doesn't need to be complicated. Anyway, to the spells. Of course, you run 3 of the field spell, Madolche Chateau.
Madolche Shithole.
Shithole, as most people will call it nowadays, because I don't know why. All your Madolches gain 500 attack and defense. If a Madolche monster would be turned back to the deck, you can add it to your hand instead. What more could you ask for?
Fairly simple.
Very simple. Then Ticket, whose wording had to be very small so they could fit all in one thing. Pretty much the gist of it is that each time a Madolche card is returned from out of the hand, or rather the field to the graveyard, or back to the main deck, or to your hand, whatever. Anytime a Madolche monster moves, pretty much, you can add a Madolche monster from your deck to your hand. And if you have a fairy type Madolche monster, like Angeli or Tiramisu, you can special summon that monster instead of banning it. So it's a really good card that you need for setup. Then on the 2 MSTs, they're still Ghost Rare, they're beautiful. A Foolish Barrel, because Foolish Barrel will always be good in this deck, and a Dark Hole. So very simple spell lineup, too. For the traps, I run the 3 Madolche Lessons. It is a card I've toyed with about, I'm thinking about running it 1, then 2, but 3 works good because it's good for recycling and it's really good for giving you attack. So you target a Madolche monster in your graveyard, add it back to the deck. All Madolches you currently control in the field gain 800 attack. Then when that resolves, you can return 1 other card, actually 1 other monster, so anything, back to deck. So anything you run, so like Karkor, like I say, Karkor, Rainbow Karibo, the Effect Valors, anything like that. If they're not already banished, then you can, it's good recycle. And it doesn't just have to be any other monster, you can also do another Madolche monster too. Then I do the 2 Deep Prisons, 2 Mirror Force, Breakthrough Skill, Boundless, a save zone, which has been really good in this deck, actually, ironically. Saving my stuff for my setup, so if I need to save like a Who Cake or Madolche or something like that, I just keep it on the field. Sure, I take damage, but at least I have a card that I can execute someone with next turn, so it's beautiful. A Compulse, which 9 times out of 10 you'll use it on your own monsters more than your opponent, and then a Torrential. So, a very simple lineup. It's not all that difficult to really run, but, all the things in there are really good to run. For the extra deck, I run the 3 Tiramisus, the most powerful card in the deck, the card that makes it amazing, in my personal opinion. What happens is you can detach one of the materials from this card to target up to 2 Madolches in your graveyard, shuffle them back into the deck, which, if you have the field spell on, you can chain it to add it back to your hand instead. Then shuffle your opponent's cards on the field up to the number of Madolche monsters that were returned. So you return 1, you shuffle 1 card your opponent controls on the field, or 2. Best thing about the card that makes her so great is that she doesn't target, which is beautiful. So it's nice. Next, the 1/30 King Ulrich. Once per turn, you can touch 1 material from this card, and all non-earther monsters currently in the field lose 500 attack and defense.
Beautiful artwork that it is.
Yeah, whatever. Then the 1 MX Saber Invoker, which I finally got after I pretty much just caved in and bought it. I was like, you know what, I'm not going to buy it, I'm going to trade it from somebody. Nobody has them, and if they did have it, they didn't trade it, so I finally caved in and got one. So it's 2 level 3s. You attach one of the materials to special summon a level 4 Earth Warrior type monster from your deck. There's only 1 target in the deck I can go for, but it's the monster that I need. So it goes for Messenger Gelato. And sure, having an exit monster that only goes for 1 monster is kind of ridiculous, but in this deck, it is so good, it is ridiculous. Then an Alucard, because he's very generic, so really any deck can run him, so I don't see why people don't. Then the 2 Laviers, since I do a combo with them, that just summon a Beefly, summon a Who Cake, banish those on my graveyard, special summon, stack the 2 3s, detach, bring back whatever I banish, stack Tiramisu all day. It's beautiful. Then a number 17 Leviathan Dragon, a number 20 Gabriel, Amazerum, I think that's how you say it. I can't even never pronounce that name. Why I run this is because if my opponent has a really big monster I need taken out, then I that's why I use them. Detach, turn them into a 3,000 attack power monster, get rid of my opponent's shit. It's just deals with my problems. It's never really on the field for more than a single turn. 10 tempo for my opponent's synchro monsters. A black ship. A 101 because it's 101 for God's sakes. So special summon monsters all the way. And a Gaga Cowboy. So that is my Madolche deck. It is pretty much 99.9% done. The only reason I say that much, because there's always room for change. Things might change, but pretty much it is in its build that it's probably going to stay at. It took me all this time to finally complete it, but hey, it's good now. So this is SuperFullGoku. Comment, subscribe, all the good things, and check us later for more videos.